All right, testing one, two, three. My chat is broken somehow. So, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Yeah, see my chat's broken. I think I have to get this link and view it in another window. So give me a second. See if I can watch myself be myself. Hey, now I can see chat. Hey, what's up, Mike? But yeah, I won't have chat in the window. I'm gonna have chat elsewhere. Cause what up? Midwest Picker, you Jared? Pretty sure you are. How's your guys' bull market going? Hey, look, you guys are tied for number one, whatever the hell that means. Ooh, look at that. Some top fans, I guess. All right. Yeah, how's your guys' bull market going? You guys, anything throwing you any curveballs? I know SEI has been a little bit weird. I know market's seemingly pulling back a little bit right now. I mean, ideally, we can hold pretty tight in this and then continue on. BTC had a big red day on Tuesday, and that's kind of we've been stuck under the auspices of all that. Not Jared, but you're a Randy fan. All right, fair enough. I can't I can't fault you for not being Jared. In fact, it's probably even a good thing you're not Jared. So yeah. Um, yeah, we've been kind of stuck under this selling pressure that came in here, but we really haven't been able to move down any farther. VA tool pretty flat, buyers and sellers pretty even on there. On the daily perspective, we're still holding up. We're looking like we're forming this what looks to be some type of a flag. So you just gotta hope that we're gonna stay with that. I hope you guys can't hear my kid over there screaming because of his game. Um, yeah, so alts appear to be pulling back today. All right, and my altcoins got a lot of alts not looking as good, but our leaders are still holding pretty strong. So BTC doing good. Okay, you can't hear him. Good. Yeah, he's pretty loud. Yeah, I got that software that eliminates background noise from mics, which has done wonders for my audio clarity. And just anyway, I can't hear it anymore. Um, all right, so BTC up here. I mean, look, you're hoping. This is pretty short technical analysis here. I mean, all you're hoping is that we stay sideways and move up. You start pulling in, you're looking at retesting this breakout here at the 112. Ideally, we get back over 120. That was kind of my level where, we get past 120 and then people will probably feel better. But that's when we came back in was on that Tuesday with the volume. But then we got the high volume bottoming candle there, and we've been able to hold up above that loosely. Kind of looks like a bit of a bear flag, but there's really no major downtrend. So I'm hoping it's just a consolidation. You kind of have pre-trend line break, right? Then you got post-trend line break in there. They kind of look like two different things, and hopefully they stay looking like that. And then eventually this moves up. That's what you're hoping for. BTC's been pretty solid up here. Just hoping for more solid. I think that's all you can hope for right now. Ethereum has kind of been the leader in this bull market. I mean, just look at the volume in this thing. Double average volume on several different occasions, at least two, and these other ones are pushing it. That one, both pushing about 75 plus percent, well above average for this entire run past the 27.29. We did just, I guess, late yesterday break this trend line, which is going to get broken at some point, anyways. But how it's doing it now is fine. Really low volume into the weekend. We're not as low as last weekend, but we also got more. Our volume's a little bit more elevated. So I think you take that at what it is, and hopefully we're stable up here. I mean, we can come back into this trend line and bounce without any problems. In fact, that would still be extremely bullish. So I think at this point, you're just hoping that ETH holds a lot better than a lot of the altcoins are looking right now. And ETH is one of the leaders in this market. It kind of ran early, ran before BTC did, if I'm not mistaken, looked better than BTC did with more volume, and it's been better the entire time. So ETH being a leader this cycle, I think, is a fact. We'll see if that changes, but right now it's doing really good. And yeah, if we can hold, let's nitpick the volume of the past couple days here. High volume there, higher volume there. That's even higher volume. So a little bit of stalling there, support on that one with a slightly elevated volume profile, hammer candle, and that is holding us up, and then lower volume in this decline. So I really don't see much wrong here. You're going to get these little bouts of distribution, like this one popped in, this one's popping in. Um, VA Tulo on, overall looking pretty solid. I don't really have any issues here with ETH. Even on this last consolidation we had here, if you draw a horizontal, this consolidation, could look like this. Maybe we came in, we blew through this trend line, went sideways, went up, couldn't do it, came back down again, then went. So that would put us out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and then still well within this trend line. So, barring just a big down move, I think this is looking excellent. I mean, a lot of scenarios where this works. All right, XRP. XRP, I'm going to call this the surprise of this market, to be honest with you, well, other than XLM. But usually it's XRP leading XLM. This time it's the other way around. But XRP out of the trend line break, usually XRP breaks a trend line, just goes sideways. But this time, if you look at it prior to the trend line, I mean, even on, I guess, yeah, so there's the trend line break day. That doesn't look any different than a lot of other trend line breaks that it's had, but subsequently it's just nonstop moving up. And this looks pretty solid here as well. VA tool looks good. We're not getting a tremendous amount of distribution. So yeah, I think yeah, bit of the surprise. Actually, I was ordering some cabinets for my house, and I was talking with a guy who's sounds like he's balls deep in XRP and getting really lucky, and he's up 150%. Mic needs to increase. I don't know if I can increase the mic much, Taj. You may have to check your volume level there, but I'm pretty. So I'll show you here's my microphone clip. If I could go up a little bit more, and I'm only about 5-6 inches from my mic. So you may have to check your side. Anyone else having any mic issues? I turned it up a little bit, but it's almost altcoin season. Well, we already had kind of leg one, and they're kind of pulling back a little bit right now. So, I mean, we kind of already got one of our altcoin pumps, and XRP is an altcoin in my opinion. So, all right, thanks, bud. Yeah, I mean, XRP is looking really good. I think you're nearing a viable situation if you're not already in a viable situation in XRP. Um, when you're in these bull market, this isn't obviously the biggest bull market we've ever seen, right? But it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good bull market. If you want to view it from that context, pullback should be bought. And in this context, I think we're pretty much in a viable situation. I mean, it's not textbook, you got to buy this. That's not what this is. I mean, this isn't really a high volume hammer candle. It's barely, if it was, double average or double that volume, then yeah, maybe that would be a viable situation. But as of right now, it's just looking pretty good. If we come down and have a undercut and rally, or a trend line break or something like that, I think those are going to be a little bit better buying situations. But this looks enticing for sure. All right, B&B. Now this is where you're going to start to see yesterday with a lot of stalling on a lot of daily charts. The problem is on the 2 hour, the volume aggregation tool doesn't really support that narrative. I mean, look at this. Yesterday looks like the top for B&B, and B, and who knows, maybe it will be. We did actually spike up into those levels. Um, but the 2 hour VA tool just shows pretty much a stalling and buying pressure. We got that pocket pivot, which was the top candle on this 2 hour. And then the buying, or look at the selling. You got the next candle perks it up here, and then it never increases. So is it really a big stalling situation? Doesn't appear to be that. It just appears to be a consolidation. So I think that could be good. I don't think this is viable, but Solana still doesn't know what a bull run is for whatever reason. You do get that stalling candle yesterday. Um, V tool, not as good, not as bad. So yeah, when's Solana gonna get going? Maybe we got a horizontal here. It didn't like the trend line too much. Maybe it'll like that. We do have volume increasing this week on the way up into this horizontal. So maybe Solana will be a late mover. Remember back in the day, ETH used to kind of be a late mover in these cycles. Maybe that's what we're going to run into with Solana this time around. It's hard to fully know the dynamics, but for me, from my experience and what I've noticed after covering, crypto now for a long time, 8 years, 8 years, 9 years, nine, no, 8 years on YouTube. Holy crap. 8 years on YouTube. All of you people are old, okay? You are all old. if I've been on, if I've been on YouTube for 8 years, each and every one of you are just getting elderly by the day. Jeez. 100 Solana? Yeah, it's just it's just not leading. I mean, we do have some comeback kings, if you want to call them that. I've never coined that before, but I think that would be, that'd be pretty cool to go through each rally and figure out which one the comeback kings are. Solana could be that. And there's always five, six, or seven, or eight, or nine potential candidates for the comeback king, right? They're the ones that performed in prior cycles that everyone loves, but just isn't getting the job done this time around. And I think that's kind of where we're at a little bit, to be honest with you, with Solana. It just gives me those vibes where yeah, it's not doing anything. It's not even outperforming a lot of altcoins. You know, I don't consider Solana really an altcoin, but it's not really outperforming really anything. Your body feels old. Tell me about it. I'm doing a renovation, man. My right arm is destroyed. It's never really fully healed, and my wife wants me to put up some walls today, so that's gonna be fun. Um, But yeah, so Solana, yeah, not really performing. Hey guys, I don't have any water. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take about 30 seconds, go grab some water. Why don't you guys do some old man things in that time? I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Now that we've lost half of both of my audience members, let's get back to it. Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah, I can't use my arm. I think I use the computer a lot, even with the construction. So if you guys don't know, I'm doing a huge addition, well, a huge remodel with a decent sized addition on my house. And my right arm hurt it about 3 months ago. Hasn't been fully right, but the way I have to use my mouse on this, it's the dining room table where I'm doing this from, is really weird. So, anyways, I'm having to put my mouse on my lap with like a little board or something. It's crazy. Like trading ADA because most of the supply is staked, so when it pumps, people just hodl it, and I get rid of it at higher prices. Last cycle sold for $3. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we'll get to Cardano here in a little bit. Cardano is, I think, now part of that altcoin market. I mean, it's in the top 20, but it's definitely part of the altcoin market. But yeah, so Solana, I mean, best case scenario here is that you form a handle, which we can easily do. Yesterday's stalling gave us the impetus for that. It could be a consolidation week this week. You never know. So, a week on Solana with a handle, I think would be good for it. We'll see if it moves though. Doge got going later in the week here, kind of broke from this double bottom. VA tool looks pretty good. Up there playing with prior highs, which couldn't get past. And so I think you are in a weird place in Doge. I mean, I really wouldn't be considering entering much right now. If you got big profits, I think you can hold, but not much worth entering. We talked about XRP maybe a little bit there, but I think, maybe some other signals are coming in for that. But Doge, yeah, definitely not something like Doge, not looking like this. Got some high distribution here. You attempted to go higher 3 times here and it didn't get the job done. So I'm not sure we're going to be going up there. Tron finally pulling in after getting all the way up to these prior these prior peaks and stalling, a very normal course of action there. So again, and we talked about this yesterday about stalling incoming based on some of these things getting to prior highs and basically getting to prior highs. BTC not really moving. Um, ETH near 4K is at 3,700. Kind of at a level where people are starting to think of selling some, so maybe they do it early. Tron back towards those other peak highs. So we're just in that situation where it looks like we're pulling back. So Cardano broke up from the ascending triangle. Some stalling action there, a little bit of selling, stepping in, not too much. OVE tool still looks really solid. And going sideways here, I think is pretty good. It really hasn't performed that well. I don't know if we'll get to that $3 thing. He's talking to selling at $3. Oh, you were that guy? Oh, 3-ish? Okay, at least you said ish. That was back in 21. It was 4 years ago, you old man. Come on now. Come on now. Go take a nap. You're thinking, that's a long time ago. Like 2 cycles between now and then. I don't like Cardano. I used to like Cardano. Actually, Cardano was one of my very first good trades, as a matter of fact. It's my first introduction to crypto being absolutely insane. And yeah, that's about it. You talking about Cardano or are you talking about 120K? Oh, BTC. Yeah, well, the thing about BTC up here, it's not that it's a big hurdle. I agree with you. I think it will get past it, especially the way the market's reacting, unless we just roll over from here, which doesn't seem very likely. Um, yeah, I mean, it did prove to be a hurdle this time around. There wasn't enough buying pressure. People decided to sell more than they decided to buy, so we're stuck with this. I just hope that we go sideways long enough for people to feel comfortable with this price level, and then they're just kind of forced to buy because that's usually what ends up happening. They just can't not buy. Can't wait any longer. Cardano, um, yeah, so jumping over this high, but stalling up there. I don't know. I think there's a lot better names than Cardano. I really, Ethereum, XRP, XLM this time around. And there's even some alts that are pretty good. Yes, Cardano. I mean, out of the flag is good. And if you got it out of the flag, you have a little bit of a cushion, but we'll see how it ends up in the bigger picture there. And it'll move up with the markets. Hype just cannot get started. I think there's just everyone that wanted to buy this has bought it, and it just can't get anything going. So there you go. OTC market to run in a Bitcoin in the stock market. The OTC market, is that a thing? I'm not familiar with that. Uh, yeah, but hype. Maybe it'll come back. You're looking for a trend line break. It never did break. It still is under that. If we roll over here, then you're looking at another angle trend line if we just respect that. So it can be hard to kind of time an entry into this name, and volume just hasn't really done it. Sui, Sui, unfortunately, I don't like this look in Sui yesterday for obvious reasons. VA tool, worse than a lot of other ones, isn't that bad, but you don't like it undercutting this whole structure. Now this is a bear flag. So undercutting the triangle, just not really a great look. Yeah, it's just not a good look, unfortunately. This time around, I don't know. It's like they're shunning the last cycle coins, and they're and see this is kind of I see cycle after cycle. And, there's different ways to manage a portfolio and decide what to invest in. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Um, I think when you go through enough cycles, you realize it. Whatever, however you were romanticizing the last coin that did really good, like a Solana, right? You romanticize that coin like, oh, it did 12,000%. I'm going to get me some Solana. Um, Generally, and sometimes that works, right? And that worked for Solana for about 2 or 3 cycles. But this also worked for Solana. What ends up happening is that the coins that usually do the best are the ones that move first. Okay? And let's say it's not going to be Solana. Well, guess what? Solana won't move first and Ethereum moves first. And I think this is one of the big things with rotations and new bull markets, okay? Is that the early rotation, and this happened with Nvidia, this happened with Tesla, um, Apple, I mean, name it. If you can have a watch list with 175 coins, I don't really care how big your watch list is. If you can have the watch list, what you're going to find is that whichever one moves first, or two or three that move first, they're usually going to move the best. And Sui's just a good example of one that was doing pretty good. It didn't do too bad here from the three, but stalling right now. So not that it's a bad one, but it just reminds me a little bit of that, of, hey, um, which one do I buy? Buy the one that moves first. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, next up is Chainlink. Late bloomer. And here's another one of those that looks bad yesterday on the daily, but intraday, really not too bad. Now the buyer's walking away here, but our volume's already getting relatively low. Buying pressure dumping into selling pressure, and it looks like it's already getting support. One thing you'll find with the VA tool, and maybe we'll go to Ethereum this in a bit because I don't know if this is a fact, but oftentimes what you see with the VA tool is this: when the buying pressure comes up and then the coin stalls, the buying pressure drops on the VA tool, hits the selling pressure, and then evens out. Let's see if that happened with ETH, because that's kind of one of the big winners. But I see that, like, here, here's kind of a decent example of that. Boom, hits the selling pressure. Yeah, they go down a little bit, but it doesn't like really flip flop huge. Let's see if that happened with ETH. Of course, ETH's been in a big uptrend, so maybe it never even came down and hit it. But so I guess here's a minute example. Buying pressure stalls out. Price hits a high. Doesn't hit the selling pressure. Doesn't hit the selling pressure. And then it takes a long time after that price high for the selling. And no, actually, even here, it doesn't cross until, yeah, doesn't cross until way over here. Way over there. So I think this is kind of a weird little secondary indicator that you can use the VA tool for, where if it starts to consolidate and it isn't doing anything wrong. And I don't have any stats to back this up. It's just something I've noticed. And then, it crosses here, but by that time you're kind of back up and you're not even really looking at the VA tool, because, it's not going to lead your trading, decisions. But I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Selling pressure picks up here, but not by that much. And then it starts to go again. So anyway, I just using that. I just find that an interesting dynamic, because as this thing just dives into the selling pressure, it may just stop. It may just go sideways. Anyway, AVAX, another one diving into selling pressure, may just stop. Kind of hitting a minor. We have a higher high here on this pullback. You have quite a few with this, so I think you're looking at those two. Maybe stall right here a little bit, right? Maybe stall right now a little bit. Leo, kind of coming back a little bit, but garbage for the most part. XLM, bona fide market leader. Talk about running early and better and believing it. I didn't. I didn't believe. I called it out, but I didn't believe it. And those are two completely different things, right? Noticing something and doing something about it. A lot of people that look at an accident and just stand there. They just stand there. Oh, there's an accident. I'm going to stand here. Watch people burn alive. It happens. You know what I mean? So I watched this one burn alive. Ran early, ran good. Even in this bull flag, look at that. Look at that nice bull flag right there. Look at that volume stepping in. You have to believe what you see in the charts, regardless of the name sometimes. And that's hard to do. And yes, you're going to get hurt doing anything in the markets, but you catch my drift here. XLM's looking great. big, beautiful consolidation. Volumes come back down. Um, VA Tools back to break even right now as we're hitting these lows. Plenty of support right here. Buying and selling pressure pretty low. If you want to buy this, your stop is under the low of yesterday. About a 4% stop. If you want to give it 5% just for good measure, you could. If you want to give it, to the bottom of the whole consolidation, just give it the full 8%. I mean, it's the way it looks on the daily. This thing has a potential, not that it's guaranteed, got a potential to blow past this. I don't know why. I've got no idea why. If someone does, let me know, but this is probably our leader at this point, you know? You can call it Ethereum too in a number of ways, but just a tremendous look for, whoops, the hell? Oh, I reset my chart. I've never clicked that button before. I've never clicked that button before. But yeah, just able to hold up so high like this is pretty cool. And then let's say you buy it right now. You get up 9-10%, it fails. You can get out break even if it looks really bad. So this is one of those situations I believe you could take into consideration, taking even a half position. You know what I mean? With an 8% stop loss is fully manageable. All right, Bitcoin Cash stalling up here. Looks like we have diverged RSI. Not a leader. Not the mama. Ton, uh, doing a bunch of Ton things, which is who cares? Because Ton sucks. Shiba, looking a little bit like a head and shoulders. Volume does not meet the requirements. Pretty random here. Better things to trade than Shiba. H-bar. H-bar looking pretty good. H-bar new to the top 20. Pretty good trend line. A little consolidation here. This is kind of when we started really noticing it. Actually, we talked about it here. This yeah, it's just good stuff here on H-bar. Whoops, good consolidation. Um, it was in the right spot too, above all of this. Really good move there. Good move there. And cup and handle breakout retest. We didn't get an extension, but the whole market didn't get an extension, so I think you have to give that a pass. But this looks pretty good. Really low volume already. H-bar joining the ranks. Looking great. If you're looking at buying this one, it'll probably come back down. We got only about a 6% stop loss, but I still think you give it a little bit more time. Litecoin, big rejection yesterday. This VA tool doesn't look as good as the other ones do. So take that for what it's worth, and I don't know what it's worth. But pulling back all the way to the breakout point could be a retest buy. Also, DOT choppy sideways. And that's about it. Yeah. DOT sucks anyways. XMR really hasn't given us much of anything this whole run. So if it gets past you, that's okay. Focus elsewhere. And Pepe also didn't really do too great out of this whole thing. So let's take a look at my newsletter coins. I only had a few alts. It really wasn't that many. Of course, Google signed me out per usual Saturday at 9 o'clock. It signs me out right when I start the show. Most of the time. All right, let's see what I got. You guys can't see what I'm seeing because I have two screens because I'm fancy. Oh, I didn't make my USD pairs tag larger. Darn it. Oh well. Floki. We've been covering Floki. Doing pretty good. I'm not mad at this consolidation. It's not something that I'm necessarily upset at. Probably could move this up now that we have a couple of different points up here. So that's probably our ascending triangle. Ideally, it holds. And then maybe, maybe Floki gets going again. Good volume here. The consolidation was real nice. That was really, I think, unless you're a Floki fan. Who in here is a Floki fan? No idea. So But you really weren't watching it. But a nice move, nice consolidation there. This is also a nice consolidation, and volume picked up this time around. So V tool, not the best, not bad though. Let's see what else we got. KCS. So KuCoin token here. I didn't highlight it here. I saw it. I didn't highlight it. Um, on the daily though, today with the red candle, this looks like a big kind of an awkward cup and handle situation. I can't say it's ideal. And let's take a big zoomed out picture of this. Seems to definitely have found this equilibrium going back to 2023, year and a half ago. So it's pretty happy with this. You get the big spike low, you come back up. We do seem to have formed that as our kind of defined, it's about a 40% range, kind of a defined range area. And if we're in a bull market, which we appear to be, ideally this breaks out. Yeah. Moving averages are in the right spot. They're all kind of converged as of last week and then curling up as of this week. So all the moving averages are in the right spot. I really don't think there's too much wrong here. I know a guy with $1 million in Floki. What? Since when? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. He must have a lot more than $1 million. What the hell even is Floki? Okay, now I'm going to check it out. Who's got $1 million in Floki? I don't even know anything about Floki. People that just have a ton of money in things fascinate me, I guess. Let's go to the website. The People's Cryptocurrency utility token of the Floki ecosystem. So is the ecosystem a layer one? Or it's a stupid game token? Get the F out of here. Who would have $1 million in this crap? He's lying to you. He is lying. Wow. That's a great rendering. I don't understand. I don't understand. Look, first of all, I hope he's up. Second of all, let's make him another few million bucks. Let's get Floki up there, right? That's crazy. People just Well, that guy I was talking to, my that cabinet guy I was talking to, his money was an XRP. I'm pretty sure all XRP. I'm pretty sure all XRP. And he's getting lucky, and that's great. You know what? You need to get lucky. I've gotten lucky. I'm not, you know, gotten crazy lucky. Um, I think anytime you make money in the markets, it's luck. I really do. And I'm not saying that in a bad way to disparage anyone's skill set because lucky is just experience plus opportunity. Sometimes there's dumb luck. There's this one video I found that talked about different types of luck, and I really resonated with that video. Um, and one of his types of luck was, was built luck. Like trading is built upon luck. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's been crazy stories. I heard a guy back in the day put 50,000 bucks in VeChain, made it 2 million bucks, and then when I was talking to the guy, it was under 50,000. So, takes all kinds. A couple billion people out there, someone's got all their money in Floki. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Well, wish him the best. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, the chart's looking pretty good. Where was I? I was with KCS. You blew my mind with that. That's crazy. But I think KCS is an interesting opportunity. Of course, there's lots of interesting opportunities. Yeah, I don't think he's like a maximalist or anything like that. I don't know why. He didn't tell me why he made that decision, but I told him he's getting lucky. We talked for like 2 hours. I didn't want the guy to get hurt. put his life savings or at least a good chunk of it into it. I didn't want him to get hurt. So yeah, well, everything's down against Bitcoin. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, Bitcoin's the best. We all know that. Okay, so we went over KuCoin and XTZ was the last one I had in terms of altcoins. So I don't know why this one is up today. Oh, yeah, I was going to look at XTZ too. I said it in the newsletter and I remembered. Come on, guys. I remembered something that I said that I'm due. I'm due a liking of this video. You got to like the video, ladies and gentlemen, because I remembered to do something I said I was going to do. That is a big win for me. I'm making progress. I am making progress. Yeah, I used to write all like, "Oh, I'll check this out during the video," and then I wouldn't remember. So, no likes on that. Come on, hit me a like. That's all I ask is a like. It doesn't even matter. 6 of you watching. And one of them is me. Oh, you have to really like what you're doing. Uh, blockchain designed to evolve the road to Tezos X. So it is a layer one. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm not mad at any layer one getting some volume. I got a speed read here. Yeah, it looks like it's a layer one. What? Something's going on with Tezos. Let's check their socials on here. Strong bullish momentum in play. 15-minute breakout. That was 10 hours ago. 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. I'm looking for something. You know, we did this last time we did this, there was some manufactured pump, is what it was. Oh, what was that? Horizontal trend line? Was it crypto chat? Is that just a guy? That was a good pretty good call out there, I think. Horizontal resistance? Yeah. When was that? Oh, this may be a good one to keep an eye on. This some feeds with a bunch of people. Broke us down trend with solid volume. Maybe some good bots to look at for price action. I'm looking for a reason. Not seeing one. Um, yeah, so definitely interesting. Look at this VA tools. It's great. Let's go lower time frame. Let's go 5 minute. A little bit of selling this time around, but this first one was very, very good. So you got to wait for consolidation on this one. This could try to join the ranks here. And Tezos's market cap ranking was what, 70 some 85. So plenty of room to go up if it is going to go. You got to wait for a good consolidation. If we can look at this one, uh, had a bit of a cup there, a bit of a cup there. Didn't get going too much farther though. You really would have had it being down here at 76 to make any good money. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hasn't really had a great run yet, but it's been around since 2018. It's not a new coin. So, oh no, this one's tricky. This one's tricky. It's not, you would think this would get going a lot more and then just kind of fuzzed out. So what makes this one special, You undercut this low here and you able to hold it, but it's been at this low for 2 years, so it's not a big thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If you want to trade it with a position or so, that's fine. I think that's fine, but I'd give it a little more I don't know. It's a tough one. I was hoping to find well, I really like it's a layer 1. So I think that's a positive. I'd give it a solid solid B, you know. If it can have a good consolidation look to it, I think that like this probably would have been good if you noticed that uptrend, but that probably would have been okay. But still tough to buy that. Tough to buy that right there. You know how to look at it on that lower time frame. Yeah, this is tough to buy. Oh, there you go. See, lower time frame, you get the huge pocket pivot right there. That's the one. So breaks there, goes horizontal sideways, then you get a pocket pivot. That's actually a signature. But who the hell's watching this on a 5 minute chart? But that's a signature, and you can use this on anything you can use on any time frame. So use this on the daily too. You got decline, goes sideways through a trend line, then you get a nice pocket pivot. That's a great entry signature. So see, but I had to go all the way to the 5 minute to even find that. So hard to find this one. Hard to say how it's going to do too. Okay, those are all the cryptos I got, y'all. Any questions other than that? I'm going to go dig into stocks for a little bit, then we're going to bounce. Then we're going to bounce. Let's see here. So the markets, let's see what they did. Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Stop it. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Okay, let's just uh, let's just stick to the daily. There we go. So the Nasdaq is in a pretty good spot. I think what's happening right now is most of the cards are on the table, and so the people in the market are just doing their thing, and that's it. They're just doing. Oh, Reddit ended up 4% up. Um, they're just doing their thing. So Thursday was good. Friday, pretty nice, quiet day. Really nothing crazy. So, one thing when you're trading, and I mean this goes for any type of trading or investing. You get involved in the hype. You try to find things going up 5+%, whatever, right? And then you have the indexes, or in our case, BTC, or if you really follow those coin market cap, ranking ones, like total market cap. Um, this is just normal. So you're looking for opportunities, but your backdrop is solid. Your backdrop is solid. We're in an uptrend. We're even above the 10-day. We're just pretty solid right now. So I think you take that at face value. All right, ES, pretty similar situation. Low volume Thursday, Friday. Russell 2000, not as bullish. So the small caps aren't really getting going yet, but it is what it is. Transportation index. We've talked about this for a long time, and as this goes, the market goes pretty solid. Not a great day Friday. It's not a deal breaker. It is an outside day, so your high is above Thursdays and your low is below Thursdays. But hopefully, it'll keep its stability. It's been pretty stable now for several months. Apple with earnings coming up, looking like a cup and oh, is that a fucking cup and handle? How am I just now seeing this? I am an This is amateur hour, ladies and gentlemen. It may loosely meet the criteria for a cup and handle being up 27%. I don't remember if it's 25 or 30%, but this is a cup and handle. What the hell? I didn't notice that till today, right now. See? See, guys, you can't win them all. Even amazing chartists such as myself, one of the best of all time, right? There's never been a better person to look at a chart than me, and I missed a cup and handle. Stupid. I see it now. Okay, cup and handle. Um, is it going to break out like one? That was the question. And with earnings coming up, it's kind of hard to take that opportunity. But not a bad sign. Apple was looking pretty garbage here. Then it moved up, and I don't know why I didn't see this yesterday. Not that it's actionable, but I will say if you're an options trader, when you see stuff like this, it means that volatility cost is usually relatively low. Now, you do have earnings coming up, which probably makes it even because earnings are still, what, a week away? A week and a half away. So I don't know when volatility starts to creep up in options before earnings. Is it 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 9 days? Who knows? But interesting potential opportunity. Tesla. Okay. Earnings very soon. Looks like next week, Wednesday. A little bit of a two pocket pivots here on Tesla. So maybe that'll start to get going again. I haven't really taken a deeper dive into Tesla for some time, so let's do so. Okay, so we had this big box in Tesla. We broke out of that, came back into it, got supported by it. Let's get rid of it. Measured move. I really don't need these anymore. Not really. I guess that last one maybe. Oh, we got supported on the trend line. That's almost um that's a oh that, wow. That's interesting. I wouldn't have done anything, but that's interesting to note. Bounces off that trend line. So that's a pretty good trend line. Probably redraw new pi method trend line. Looking a little better in that context, I think. Little better in that context. So right now with earnings coming up, it's hard to do anything. Trading before earnings is the worst. It's the worst. If it gaps up 30%, you feel bad, but if it gaps down 10%, you feel worse. So, all right, Soxel, fighting the good fight, holding really good here, holding the 20-day moving average. Really low volume. There's just not a lot of appetite to sell anything down here. I think chips are out of favor at the moment. There's so much going on elsewhere that I don't know. For some reason, they're not piling into chips. But Soxel, a very solid asset, and well, I should say a vehicle. It's not really an asset. It's a vehicle. Very good. Nvidia. I say chips are weak, and Nvidia's an all-time highs. I guess I just got the okay to sell to China, um, which I, I didn't read anything on the announcement. It seems weird to me. Trump would want to sell to China. Maybe there's a reason behind that. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that Nvidia's an all-time high is going up. I don't really have any position in this. Contemplated it just didn't really meet any of my criteria, and with building the house, I couldn't do it. So it's going up. It's doing real good. Palantir. Palantir's in a good situation as well. Sitting in highs. Didn't really get started very well, but now it's starting to move a little bit. Not sure where the sellers are going to go, but yeah. It's hard to buy up here. I do have a position, just one. Um, I'm up a little bit in it. It'll probably end up being a break-even position for me. As it pulls back and I chicken out. ARM, what else we got? ASMI. So ASML gap down on earnings. Earnings season. See, that's why you don't bet on earnings. That was looking great up until that point. Look at that beautiful pocket pivot. Like, oh, I didn't see that earnings was tomorrow. You know, looks good. Or it did on that day. Reddit. Reddit. Oh, it's not a pocket pivot. Is it a pocket pivot? It's not a pocket pivot. It's close though. It's a 5-day pocket pivot. Is it an undercut and rally day? Ooh, both of those days are undercut and rally days. Reddit, okay, Reddit's in a good spot. Broke through the 20 and the 10. What's the low? 138.11, 138.30. It is an undercut and rally. That's an undercut and rally with a hammer candle. That's an undercut and rally breaking through two moving averages. That's a good day. That's a good day. Reddit is going to be on the move here. Earnings in week and a half. I love Reddit. I really do. What sixth largest asset in the internet, and its market cap is what? What's it now? Like not much. There's a lot of good candidates right now. 27 billion market cap, and it has the sixth largest. It's the sixth largest internet asset. That just boggles my mind. That just reeks of 10x. It just reeks of a 10x position. It does to me. I mean, why not? If they start making money, okay. Let's see what Investors Business Daily has to say about it. Thank you. I don't know how this is going to rank it. I just want to see what the earnings are like in this name. Last time I did this, the website broke. What? Rank within internet content group. Number 11. Apparently it's supposed to list all the different coins here, all the different stocks here in that group. 412% current quarter. Holy crap. I gotta do something with that. That is great. Look at the quarter's earnings surprise, 647%. EPS change for the current year, 138%. Amazing. Pre-tax margin sucks. That'll change. B accumulation distribution. Percent change in funds owning stock, 10%. That's really good. 5 quarters of increasing fund ownership. That's really good. Up, down, Vaughn 1.3 is good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, see, okay. Okay. Now, I love this. Like 100%. I'm all in on this. The question is, how do you play it? So now you get to see, at least me at work. I don't know how everybody else functions, but the second I see an idea that just captivates me, absolutely captivates me. And I've loved Reddit now for a long time. I really have. I liked it when it was up here, and then it started caving in, and then you give it, you know, and then it comes in, and never stopped liking it. And then I see something like this, which to me, um, now, it could go another 5, 6 months before it fully breaks out. And that for me is a problem because I don't just buy stock, I usually buy options. And so time is a huge component for me, absolutely massive. So I have to buy at the right time. So if I'm looking at a trade idea like this, now if you like buying stocks and hold them for 6 months to 2 years, you have no problems, just buy Reddit tomorrow. Well, they have earnings coming up, so that's a problem, but you get the gist of it. And you got a pivot point right here. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I get this thing could have one of those gap ups into all-time highs. Um, Man, it's so hard to buy before earnings though. So hard to buy. I like this name. So then the question for me, um, okay, so the question for me, give me a second. So here is my options. So let's type Reddit up here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, and I can't see chat right now, guys. So if you have any questions, post them. I'll check them back in a little bit. So now what I do is I go, okay, what are my options? I can go out to June 2027. These are gonna be expensive as hell. $57 for $148 stock. Right? So you really got to get the timing right. For you to even make $1, it's got to get to 207.85. Like that's absolutely insane. So you can try to come in here. So this one's not too bad. You buy a $50 call at 109, so your break even is 159. That's not bad at all. But then so it has to go to 259 for you to make 100%, right? So 159 plus 100 is 259. And that's how you'd make 100% from now. But this, you have 2 years for this. If it goes up 10x, and it's not going to do that in 2 years, but showing some example. So 10x is 1500 minus 50 minus 109 divided by 109 is a 12x. You're not getting much juice out of that. You only get another 200%. You'd like this to be like a 20x, right? If you're going to do that kind of volatility. So then we can do this at the 150. So 1500, probably be about the same. 1500 minus 140, no, 150 minus, yeah, it's this exact same. No, it's not 57.85. It's going to be double. That's 22, but it's got a 10x. So it's really hard to buy these going out, 2 years because this one you're not making really that much of a difference, although you're a lot safer. This one you're gonna get, you're not, it's got to go the full 200% for you to, or full 10x for you to make any money. So it's a tough one. I haven't done enough analysis in it um, to really know exactly what to do in these situations. But I'll probably do a little bit of work on this later if I remember. All right, sorry about that English. Let me take a look at what you got there. Bull. I'm not familiar with bull. Oh, Weeble. Oh, dang. Wow, that's some volume. Should have bought that 2 days ago. Yeah, it's tricky right now. Jeez, look at that gap. What is that? This is going to be very volatile. It appears to be in a very good spot, though. These are really hard to buy, for me at least. Up 14, 15% Friday. Wow, that's good. Come on, stupid. 8 billion market cap. Sales are 117 million. What, this had previous history? How? Okay, I don't know what that's about. Maybe it was on a different exchange or something. Well, look at this. This has data all the way back here. Well, not like it matters, but like it looks like it just IPO'd right there, but obviously it didn't. And Finviz has some pretty good data. Maybe they got added to the Nasdaq. I don't know why TradingView doesn't have it like that though. Huh? But it doesn't really matter. But I mean, generally I like it. I mean, just getting back up here to 80, it didn't sell off that much. I mean, you look at the volume on this thing, you got a lot of buying pressure. At least it looks that way. VA tool flipped right there. Yeah. Yeah, from this to 80, I think would be that's a great run right there too. You got from 16 to 80. Can't be mad at it. Little hard to get in here. You would have wanted to get in here. That would have been that pop up right there with that volume. I can all but guarantee you looked really good in the moment. So here's that day. There's the trend line. Didn't look amazing, but that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Although you may have had to get in, depending on the rules that you're trading by, you would have got in probably over here. Here, if you're really paying attention, which nobody is. Not to that extent. Could have tried to buy it on the open, I guess. Oh yeah, look at that run. You bought it right there. That's probably the best place. Why'd you sell? Oh, what? You sold puts, so you're up. You just didn't make much. I've never sold. Well, I did sell a put, but I only held it for like 12 minutes. Like, yeah, this feels not good. But I mean, all in all, this is under accumulation from a trading perspective. That's one thing, but interesting though. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, you probably cover your puts and try to convert them to something else. Trying to buy calls though when you're up this far can be very difficult. can be difficult unless it's in, you know, unless you're in one of those 10% chances, 5%, 3 to 5% chance it just keeps running. I mean, it's possible. Look, this volume is massive. Absolutely massive. Now they came down after hour. Oh, wow. What is that? Yee, that's scary. I'd avoid it based on that right there. That's crazy, man. I may add this to my list. There we go. 17% yesterday. And EH, is that Edwards Life Sciences? Nope. EHang? The hell is this? It's the most going nowhere stock of all time. When am I going to convince you to save in Bitcoin every dollar multiples over time like Magic Money Tree? I mean, I got some Bitcoin, but I don't have all my savings in Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I mean, I'd have to think about the logistics of that. I mean, would I just hold it all on Coinbase, I guess? It'd have to be liquid and accessible. And in reality, like I don't have a ton of savings. I mean, all my money's pretty much invested in the stock market. So, I mean, it's already kind of invested. It's not just all in BTC. You know, we all have certain feelings about certain things, and I think that is that's what drives our decisions. Our feelings are what drives our decisions. You can logic your way into some things, and you can logic yourself into feeling a certain way, but your feelings end up making the decision. Um, and again, I don't have a ton of savings. I've got big stock accounts. I don't have a lot of well, I have cash now because I'm building a house, but that's for the house. I thought about putting that to work too because that's a good chunk of money. Thought about putting that to work, but haven't done it yet. It's just sitting in my bank. You know, probably be gone in a month or two anyway. So, yeah, EH. I don't know. I, it's. I would have said, you know, maybe there, right? And we also kind of are just breaking out at the same point. So maybe here. I don't know what the catalyst is for this though. I don't know. It's not. It's been stagnant for so long that having having a yeah, three rising valleys looks to me. I'm not familiar with rising valleys. I'm familiar with like ascending bases or something like that. I'd call this a cup and handle. Yeah, 47%. I would call this a cup and handle, although it's probably pretty deep. May not qualify. Yeah, it should. Yeah, it does. Okay. So this is a cup and handle. The handle hasn't been formed yet, in my opinion. Probably getting that from Thursday. That's probably your high for the handle. So your buy point's above that 1950. Now, I mean, yeah, if you want it, you know, go for it over the breakout point. I don't see anything too wrong with that. All the earnings are right around the corner, about a month away. You got some time. I would probably consolidate in that month. Maybe it breaks out after that month, and if you take it, that's fine. But it's got to start getting above these highs. You know, such a deep pullback. It doesn't even encompass the cup and handle. You know, I don't know. It's okay. It's not bad. Um, it's also not good. You know, maybe it'll have another shot after earnings, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, it had an opportunity here to move based on that trend line, and it kind of has one here, but the buy point's up here, I think. So that's how I would view that one. But this won't even be on my list. This won't even make my top 500 stocks to trade just based on doing nothing. Like what's the expectation of it to rock, you know, 20, 30, 50% versus it doing nothing? So, but if you get the pop and sell it, go make some money, man. Yeah, go do it. Trezor cold storage, get at it. I don't want to trust my stuff to a USB drive. So I guess I just don't know how that works. I have a cold storage. It's not a paper wallet. It's a digital wallet. I actually looked at it a couple days ago. Thought about putting some more into it, kind of based on I think you were talking to me about it last time, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should put some money into BTC. You know, I mean, I'm a big believer in BTC. I don't think I have enough in my cold storage. I probably should do more, but I probably have to wait till after the house once I get all that situated. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a great answer to that. I probably should sit down, do some allocation things, and um, yeah, put at least 10% into BTC, which would be pretty good. Which would be pretty good. All right, what else we got? I want to look at Coinbase because I don't have it on my list. Go Coinbase. Channel, channel breakout, consolidate. I think last time we looked at it, it was here. Reversal on Friday. Let's take a look at our high flyers. ASTS. I've heard of this one, but it's kind of new to me. Hey, what's up, Mike? Yeah, I did SCI. Let's do it again. Um, oh, there it is. Yeah, SCI just going through motions right now. The good thing is our volume is really low, and I know we're in a weekend right now. I know we're in a weekend, but volume's pretty low. I do think that it. I, I would like it to get going. SUI, SEI, all the ones that were doing good really have stalled out the past several days. That really haven't performed. Now they can come back, and keep in mind too. I think I talked about this in yesterday's video. If you didn't watch it, um, these ones that moved early, of which I believe SCI was one of them, oftentimes they'll start like the next leg. So yeah, I don't mind holding my own keys. I just don't want stuff on a USB drive. But I think I can probably get the. I think I can get the address. I think I can get. I'd probably do it in a paper wallet and laminate it. Is probably what I would do. Um, but yeah, I like SCI low and slow right here. Ideally, it starts to move up because there's just lack of selling pressure. But yeah, and I hope it does start the next move because that means that I mean, today could be the first day of the pullback, and then maybe we rest for a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever, and then SCA starts going and starts the next rally, and maybe ETH joins because I think ETH and SCI, I think SCI went first, but ETH was pretty close. Sorry about my whole mistyping. The reason is because my mic right in front of my face. Yeah, see, SCI moved first. SCI was early, early, early. So it already had its run, right? Consolidated, ran again. Let's put BTC on here. What? What did I click? Oh, Coinbase. Okay. And so it started its run a little bit earlier too. And they both got going there at about the same time. So let's see what XRP did. Maybe I'm remembering this completely wrong. I could be. I've been wrong once before. Nope, it ran late. Yeah, I hear you, Mike. Yeah, we've been bitten by that, more times than I can count with people, rolling out of positions, trying to get into the XRP because, it's moving and stuff like that. But I mean, SCI, didn't break any rules. It's not, its Pi method's intact, still above the 10-day. Yeah. Trend lines, lots of room for trend lines to go. Um, will it be the one? I don't know. Didn't I have a thing where I ended up having all the coins on a No, I don't think so. A while back, we did a thing where I put all the coins on the chart and they ended up, just overlapping each other. Kind of see what ran where. I thought I saved that somehow. That was a layout. No? I saved it with Apple. That's funny. So yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Suey? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. How you doing, Mike? Y'all good, bud? Not bad? Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're right on that verge, but it's holding. It's holding. Hmm. Man, it's been stuck in this range for quite a while now. Yeah, hopefully it breaks out. It looks like it's trying to turn that momentum. Yeah, Sui. I don't have any great insight there, my friend. Yeah, you're seeing what I'm seeing. It kind of looks like the same shit. The uptrend here is good. I forget what these are called. What are those called? I like the name for them. I used to know the name for them. Baseline conversion line, whatever. Um, these are in a good spot. I like how these are. Yeah, you give it another week or so maybe, but yeah, if you're trading it versus BTC here. Sui on USD already broke out and is good. Yeah, but if Bitcoin gets going and Sui doesn't, that's going to be where you run into an issue with that prior chart. I think that's gonna be the problem if you get one there. But I mean, Bitcoin itself is in an okay spot. We haven't looked at BTC. We haven't looked. Let's do Ichi on some top 20 real quick. Just, I mean, everything's freaking up, so not like it's gonna be. They got moving averages here still. I do not. Just have a lot of lines on my chart. Yeah, ETH way up, XRP way up, BNB. I mean, everything's gonna be way up right now, except for stuff like Ton. Stupid Ton. Yeah, see Sui lagging. You can see all the other ones are just way up there. AVAX barely out of the gate. AVAX is, I guess AVAX was a buy. Leo, that's the other one I was thinking about. Freaking Leo, piece of trash. XLM was a buy, right there. Not bad. There's stupid Ton. Shiba's too close to the cloud too. Look how garbage DOT is. I think sucks. Monero sucks. And Pepe hasn't done very good. You can see the differences between the haves and the have-nots on this thing. Like, look at that. You got the conversion and baseline extending away from the cloud. You got ones like Hype where they're just kind of eh. And Sui's kind of in that latter camp, although hopefully that shifts. Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's take a look at our high flying stocks. So Rigetti had a monster day on Wednesday. Yeah. Came out with a multi-chip quantum computer. I guess the first one, up 30%. Phenomenal action here. Um, I thought I bought it, but I guess I didn't. So I don't know. I don't remember if I have it or not. IonQ was the leader before Rigetti got all happy. Um, Looking pretty good here. No pocket pivots yet, but we could have one anytime. And this is a cup and handle right here, I think, ladies and gentlemen. So 7 week minimum, that's 35 days. Yeah. Oh, son of a bitch. 26. Oh, I need to buy this thing with an option if it's going to break out. Look at that, setting up for an all-time high breakout. Earnings are coming up though. August 6th, about 3 weeks out. That could still be really good. What does IBD say about IonQ? Too many tabs open. So they have it in computer hardware group, but they're the leaders in terms of quantum computers. A plus group rating. Wow. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I guess you're just trading charts. Sales growth rate's good. A accumulation distribution. This was 2 days ago. This could be an interesting article about quantum computing. Could reach a key milestone by 2030, 2033. That's funny. Government quantum funding adds up total 42 billion. Wow. All right, so it didn't really yield much. I thought it would. Let's see if they talk about different stocks here. Qubits, not even familiar with that one. D-Wave. They have charts. Okay, so there's D-Wave. Oh, that's ready to go. Wow. Qubits. Jesus Christ. $1. It's now 20 bucks. And it's going to go a lot higher than that. Okay. Oh man, just need to find some of these trends and I do not know, man. I need to go deep on some of this shit. That's a 20x even if it took 2 years, who cares? I'm 10,000 bucks in that, you got 200,000. Come on now. 100,000, you got 2 million. Come on now. Wow. All right, I need to make a whole quantum section on this thing. All right, what else we got? Qubits. Oh, that's it? They just talked about qubits? IonQ, Rigetti, QUBT. I don't have that one. There's another one. Sub a dollar. Freaking 75 cents to 24 bucks. That's a Jesse Stein super stock. In 3 days? Oh, get out of here. Oh, I need my big computer program, man. Holy crap. Wow. 8 to 26 bucks. Sell that on 26. That's a Jesse Stein super stock right there. And this is nice. I have a feeling all these are just gonna pop. Everyone's. I hope this could end up being like 3D printing though. You never know. What's QMCO? Ooh, that one's on the floor. See, I don't like laggards though. That's my only problem. Is I don't like laggards. This is a laggard. Everything else is up 20x. Why is this on the floor? End-to-end data management solutions designed for the AI era. So it's not even quantum. They just call themselves quantum. It's like a data storage. It's like Backblaze. Yeah, it's Backblaze. First 1U backup appliance with four. Oh no, they're a manufacturer. Oh. Yeah, it's not the same thing. 480 terabyte all flash capacity. I need this in my house. I need 480 terabytes of flash capacity. It's probably cheaper than renting AWS. So in D-Wave, see, I need to do another one of these for quantum. Where's like the part add section? Quantum. All right, now I'm gonna have a quantum section. Whoops, what'd I do? Mining stocks, currencies. We'll put quantum up here just because it's right now. And Rigetti, IonQ, qubits. Now I grabbed another qubits. Lots of qubits. Rocket Lab, HR, Grab Lunar, App, Curie. None of those are quantum. None of those are quantum. I think that's it. 4. D-Wave. No? Is one of these D-Wave? Yeah, which one's D-Wave? Oh, qubits. Okay. Gotcha. See, Q. This one's already in all-time highs. QSI. All right, I'm gonna check out those couple names. I gotta bounce. My wife's gonna get mad at me if I don't get to this house soon. Uh, healthcare. So they're not quite quantum. You just googling stuff with quantum in the name. QUBT. I think I got that one. Yeah, I got that one. ARQQ. Oh, quantum computing arc. Okay. Technology software. Oh, what is this? I thought this was like a ARC ETF. Quantum safe, world-class security solutions. Oh, that could be interesting. What? Where am I? What is it? ARQQ? Yeah, quantum security could be big. Oh, Jesus. They reverse splitted themselves into oblivion. $600 million market cap. Sales of nothing. Company I work for does more sales than that. Yeah, tough one. Yeah, I do think that yeah, we got to look at tech, 3, 5 years out. Although I'm not sure what's out 3, 5 years past quantum. It's probably right, just about it, huh? My wife's probably hurt herself at the house already. I'm gonna make a note though in my notebook here. Super cheap, obvious sectors. Buy and hold. I don't know, like 1%, 2% each, something like that. Example is quantum. Yeah, although oftentimes they're fads, so tough one to time. Well, not a tough one to sell though. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. It's been fun, but I gotta go. Wife's gonna murder me. So have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Let's hope our market stays solid and we can hopefully not roll over, but it's gonna do what it's gonna do. All right, guys, have a great day. Stay safe out there. See you next time.